What up, YouTube? It is Misery Hates Company. We are back with another Warcraft Rumble video for you. In this one, it is the final boss of the brand new Ironforge Siege, and it's none other than Magni Bronzebeard. This one is actually once again, all of these bosses have been super duper fun. But before we get into it, I do want to give a huge shout out to Warcraft Rumble for sponsoring today's video. Thank you guys so much for working with us. Now, this one, once again, is very unique. All three of these bosses were dramatically different than any other boss that I've ever faced in Warcraft Rumble. This one continues. Essentially, it is a big circle of a map, and you have the boss at the very top, you spawn at the bottom, you have this super duper fire elemental in the middle that sort of just paces back and forth and respawns. That's sort of like a mini boss similar to what we faced with Ragnaros, if you've gotten that far in the raids. If not, that's okay. This is a good precursor to that, and we'll get you raid ready, because once again, if you haven't played Warcraft Rumble already, you can download it totally for free using the link in the description of today's video. And the sieges are a 2-player game mode that actually allow you to partner up with a guildmate of your choice and then take on this sort of harder content than what you see on the map. Now, once again, it is on a rotation, so we have 2 different sieges now. This is the second one, once again, as Ironforge, and it's super duper fun. Now, so again, we have the super duper fire elemental in the middle, is like what I like to call him. And then there are ads that spawn throughout the whole thing, but all around the map. So that's what makes it a little tricky. We'll go into some strategies, and I'll pause throughout just to make sure that I'm capitalizing on all of the best things you should do and learn in order to beat this boss for yourself and get that sweet loot. Now, let's get straight to it. Once again, I'm going to pause as I go out just to sort of talk about skills and strategies and what leaders to use and what minis are best utilized for this. So let's get started. I used, gosh, I don't even remember now. That's right, I used Jaina, and then my partner used General Drakisath. So you can see there's 4 turrets on 2 on each side to make this whole sort of like octagon, sort of pentagon, octagon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, octagon. We'll go with the octagon. Lots and lots of gold nodes. So you could use Dark Iron Mire if you wanted to maintain gold, and then once again, you do have to beat this little mini boss in the middle to get his chest. But let's go ahead and continue. Just in the beginning, prioritize a lane, pick one, doesn't matter. I was using this combo a lot. So just basically cycling our, this is a good point. Pause. So I immediately, as soon as I was getting ready to say it too, my plan was to use execute on the bases, but then I realized deep breath was able to reach both turrets in one breath. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, that's the strategy. So if you have deep breath, you can hit both turrets on your whole lane and get a really solid push going. If you don't have deep breath, because once again, you do have to beat Onyxia in order to get deep breath, so that is a very much a late game thing. If you're early on, execute will do just as good. It'll do more damage to a single turret and help you basically clear it with one push, which is fine. It's just it's a different strategy. Just whatever you have, either execute or deep breath. Again, I was very surprised that deep breath could reach both. Blizzard obviously will not reach both, so deep breath is the only one that could. But yeah, so there's that. Let's continue going. So deep breath hit both of them, and I got my push going here, and then I just continued going. And then my partner did use just Drakisath and the normal Frostwolf Shaman, and then like a Darkspear Troll to push their lane, and that seemed to work extremely well. In fact, I will, at the head of this video, I will tell you Drakisath is a phenomenal unit for this fight, because he's able to sustain the push all the way around, again when partnered with a Frostwolf Shaman for the healing, but then also gets that magic resist if you have his talent, and then the armor from the Frostwolf Shaman, making him just like the ultimate tank. Throw any amount of a range DPS or damage unit behind them, and it's just a 3-piece murder ball, if you will. Super duper good. Anyway, so yeah, that's that would be a probably top tier leader to utilize. And then Jaina was an okay support. I felt like I was under helping where I could have been doing more. If you've made it this far, obviously I recommend using Jaina in the second boss. I still to this day recommend doing that. So let's continue. So I'm continuing my push. I did use polymorph. Polymorph is just it's okay. It would not have worked on the boss. I didn't test it, but I know it wouldn't have. And then tweets are going out. So he was actually utilizing the Headless Horseman, which is again pretty tanky and does a lot of damage. So you can see that Drakiseth did a number on those turrets, and now we're pushing all the way up. You can see that the little mini boss actually throws fireballs from basically like the whole range. So at first our strategy, because again this was our first time doing it, obviously first time it's been on the rotation, first time doing it, and we thought we could just ignore it. We were like, whatever, like he's in the middle. I don't care that much about the treasure chest until we saw that part. And I'll go back a little bit to show you. Right here. So he literally he's just chucking fireballs at us. And we're like, oop, okay, can't ignore him. See if we can see the damage. I rotated off screen too fast, darn it. But anyway, so that was our point where we were like, we should probably, I mean, it took Frostwolf Shaman 2 heals to fully heal itself back, so it does a non-trivial amount of damage, and you can see we immediately get a push going middle to just stop that. So again, Drakiseth was a great pick because he was able to use one Drakiseth murder ball, if you will, combo to go all the way around his side, but then immediately got a full additional ball to go in the middle to answer the mini boss, and you can see he's just wrecking him. So he's just chunking them out with those 3 units there. As we already are pushing on the base. Apparently I straight up missed my deep breath. That's a little embarrassing. But yeah, so now we're just sort of taking on the boss as much as we can. We're trying to burn down. So now he gets these 2 bears as additional mini bosses, which was crazy to see, as well as these musketeers that spawned. And there's also some that spawned on the perimeters closer to our towers that can take them from a pretty long distance. I want to say they were also outranged the boss. So I think this was only 1 mechanic, but we ended up doing 2 because of how fast we burned him down, that we got both bears and the musketeers. So the bears very quickly sort of cleared out our push. You can see actually my stun helped it. You can see the musketeers definitely took all of the turrets. So again, this is where Drakiseth and more of a tanky unit helps get them back. The boss himself, he doesn't have any insane mechanics himself. Like again, the mechanics is more so just the map that you're dealing with the whole time. And so that's sort of the challenge, if you will. All right, I'm gonna let this play and quit yapping. So again, we're getting our little death ball moving forward again, executing on the boss where we can. So there you go. There's another phase change. Again, more musketeers that are not outrange. I stand corrected. They were not outranging of the turrets, so they just jump in and immediately sort of do damage to it. They can take it pretty quickly. As you can see, and then polymorph again, wasn't really useful. I probably would have ran Blizzard instead if I could redo the deck, and I'll show you the deck that I did utilize. All right, so deep breath once again hitting both turrets, got a lot of value there. Again, polymorph, I'm using it, but like it's just not needed. Got a push going on both sides. Drakiseth is a little low in that side, and the Frostwolf Shaman, it should get him up a little bit. So I'm dropping that execute, got mega value, so that was really good. It was powered by Jaina being on the field? Question mark. Actually, I don't know if she was in the field yet. I didn't catch it. Again, so the deep breath does not do a ton of damage to the boss, so keep that in mind. Really good for the 2 turrets, but execute probably would have just been better if you were not running a Jaina and needed just, you know, like 1 spell. I would definitely recommend execute. So now you can see that we're surrounding the boss, and then just gonna burn him down here with a few executes. Really, spells in general don't do a ton of damage to him, but they do a ton of damage to basically everything else. And that's the fight. Again, the biggest strategy is just to make sure that you have a good sort of murder ball or death ball, whatever you want to call it, pushing either side as much as possible. I'll show you my Jaina deck here as well. But honestly, super duper fun siege. I'm glad they added it. I cannot wait to do it again. I had a great time doing it, and then getting the wild card slots are always good. Actually, I'll just pause it right there. You can see the Jaina deck that I was utilizing. So again, it's a pretty standard PvP Jaina deck, not incredibly focused on PvE-ing. I probably just ran it because I was thinking like, yeah, you know, Jaina's my favorite. Probably, she's my only gold leader, so arguably my favorite. I'm trying to think of any other options. So leaders, definitely General Drakiseth. Rind would have been really good for this as well. Again, just sort of those tankier units that you can sort of get a little bit of a push developing. What else? Actually, Rind probably wouldn't have been that good because those musketeers would have just shot down Rind really quickly. So don't do Rind. Yeah, well, really anything outside of that. So like gosh, your Baron would be good. Your any of your scenarios, now that I say that out loud, would be really good for this. Literally all three of them would have been good. Hellscream's fine. Tyrion would have been good. Drakeseth is good. You get the idea. Just sort of like the tankier units. Malfurion would have been a little bit insane, truly. For sure, like his healing AoE that he would have been able to do and just get a strong push going with him. Like he's probably top tier now that I say that out loud. But again, this fight was super duper fun. I cannot wait for it to come back on the rotation and try it again. Let me know what you guys think about the fight. Once again, thank you so much to Warcraft Rumble for sponsoring today's video, and let me know which leaders you utilize in the comment section below for this brand new Siege of Ironforge. It was super duper fun, and I hope to see you guys in a video soon. See you later. Bye.